Hello and welcome to Quays News.
Our top stories today. We take a look at the possible closure of a much-loved theatre in Manchester.
Organisations are using a form of fitness to tackle homelessness.
A lady from Bury is fighting for all animals to be treated equally.
And we take a look at how illuminations are lighting up our Christmas.
Hello and a very good afternoon with us here at Quays News. I'm Charlie Mulholland.
And I'm Kate Whittaker, bringing you the Quays News Christmas special.
Salford's community has put an appeal to save a historic theatre, the Victoria Theatre. James Holt went down to the historic landmark to see what is being done to protect it.
The Salford Victoria, built and opened in 1900, was popular with the locals. It homed musicals like The Desert Song, served as a movie theatre and then a bingo hall before its closure in 2008. All that's left now are memories of those who once cherished this theatre and an old, derelict building. One person who remembers the Victoria in its brighter days is Ray Walker. His apprenticeship in stage management allowed him to work alongside the stars of the past.
I started there when the first pantomime was there, which was Cinderella, with Ronnie Coyles and quite a few stars. I went backstage after the pantomime and saw a guy called John Campbell, and he sort of like said, "We're looking for stagehands, do you fancy it?" So I said yes.
Those memories may now seem a thing of the past as this Grade 2 listed building sits on the Theatre Trust's at-risk register. Sam Kelly, the treasurer for the Save the Salford Victoria group, is trying to make her voice heard and get this building restored back to its former glory.
There's a great deal of affection for the Victoria Theatre within the community. The aim of the group originally was to save the Victoria really for the community, so that means restoring the theatre and bringing it back into use as a theatre.
Brenda Kenny, whose grandma worked at the Victoria, believes that restoring the theatre would also bring back the heart of Salford City.
Well, if it was put back to how it was, it could be used for lots and lots of things. It'd get people off the streets for a start. All that area what's been pulled down, that was the heart of Salford. And getting the Victoria back and people interested would bring it back.
As we head into the new year, the group will continue to grow and finally attempt to wake up Salford's sleeping beauty. James Holt, Salford Now in Manchester.
Manchester's had a notorious issue of homelessness. However, the Reach Out to the Community Foundation have come up with a new and inventive way to tackle the issues. Rachel Allison went down to find out more.
The practice of yoga has become increasingly popular in the 21st century, helping to alleviate stress and connecting the mind, body and soul. By using yoga mixed with art, instructor Daniel Lydiard wanted to achieve more than creating a safe space for people to unwind. As a result, turning this form of exercise into a chance to help the problem of homelessness in Manchester.
We thought we'd have a yoga and art workshop. How can we actually get the homeless people in to experience the workshops and experience the yoga? So that's something we're definitely looking at.
As of 2016, Manchester has consistently been one of the top 10 local authorities with the highest number of homelessness applications over the last 5 years. This year in Manchester, the number of people asking Manchester City Council for help has risen by 155%.
I'm in Manchester City Centre to talk to the homeless and get their opinion on the help that they receive from charities.
At first, I thought shelter was just there for the money, but they're not. You know what I mean? The budgets and what they've been given, they are using it to good use.
If it wasn't for the charities, I would definitely be cold, because they've given me blankets to keep me warm, they give me coats to keep me dry. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to have a wash now and again.
One of these charities is Reach Out to the Community, which was the fundraiser for Daniel Lydiard's yoga workshop.
One good thing about Manchester is a lot of organisations are coming together and working together. We're very lucky because we've got a lot of support in the community, but anybody just coming along and spreading awareness, raising funds for us really helps us, because we rely a lot on volunteers and on donations and people fundraising for us to help us sustain the project.
Since 2016, it has been a law for dog owners to make sure their pets are microchipped, but this hasn't applied to cats. A lady from Bury is wanting to make this change. Laura Burns reports.
Hey, can I borrow you? It's always playtime with the little one.
To many people, cats aren't just a pet. They are family. Every year, thousands of pets go missing, and many don't return home.
Yeah, my Gizmo, she was unfortunately involved in an RTA and 3 whole weeks out every day, day and night. And unfortunately, I found out that she was thrown away.
Around 230,000 cats are either injured or killed in road traffic accidents per year. A law in England ensures that all dogs must be microchipped. But this isn't the case for cats, as more than 4 million, which is 2 in every 5, are not microchipped.
Please sign and share for Gizmo's legacy.
Emmerdale actress Samantha Giles expresses her passion for this law to change.
This petition is so important because our animals are like our children. They're so special and important to us.
In some areas like Oldham, it is routine to scan the chip.
The lads will go out, have a look for the dead animal, they will pick it up, it's double bagged. All the vehicles carry one of these tags within them, and then what we'll do, we'll scan every animal that we pick up, whether it's a cat or a dog, and then we can retrieve the information of who the actual owner is.
However, many people are still losing their pets without closure.
We're all meant to be a nation of animal lovers, so why aren't we all there to support each other? Every single person should be signing this petition. We've got to get this law changed 100%. It's there for the dogs, let's get it done for the cats.
A petition fighting for all animals to be treated equally.
Tickle Tommy, time for justice.
With the new £30 million RHS Garden project set to open in 2020, we can reveal the increase of tourism in the city would provide Salford with an extra £11 million a year.
We have spoken to Councillor Derek Otterbrus about the impact this could have on Salford.
This would be a game changer for Salford. The image of Salford has changed from the dirty old town to something associated with the media by the Salford Quays development, but there's still a very urban image to the city. The project, when it's fully developed, there'll be at least 700,000 visitors a year. The net benefits, economic benefits to Salford will be something like £11.5 million a year.
With all the potential benefits to Salford, are there any negative side effects to the increase in tourism?
In terms of potential negative impacts, there are some, because obviously an attraction like this does involve people having to get there. So there is, unless they've got something really, really solid in terms of public transport, sustainable modes of transport, and some kind of travel plan that allows people to get there without driving, then yeah, there is that possibility that there'll be a lot more cars.
Still to come, the Blackpool illuminations lighting up our Christmas here in Media City.
And Danny will be giving us a full rundown of the weather.
Well, last year, Mission Christmas helped over 4,200 children in Salford have a happier Christmas, and the numbers are set to double this year. New and unwrapped presents can be dropped off at thousands of locations across Salford and Greater Manchester.
So, charity manager of Cash for Kids, Michelle Williams, speaks about how some families aren't as fortunate over the Christmas period.
One of our beneficiaries' organisations came into the warehouse today, and in January, one of her children that she works with said to her, "I must have been a really naughty boy last year because Santa didn't visit me." And for me, that breaks my heart. It's so expensive, and some families, lots of different reasons, sickness, disability, young carers. There's so many reasons why people need an extra helping hand. And I can't bear the thought of young children thinking that they have been naughty and that's why they didn't get any gifts from Santa. So I just want everybody to donate so that little boy gets a Christmas present this year.
Okay.
Sorry. Over the last 10 days, the Blackpool illuminations have been on display here in Media City as part of the Light Waves Festival. Charlie went down to find out what they could do for the seaside resort. Apologies if I've had technical issues on the images for this link, but here is the weather.
Ho, 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 or should that be snow, snow, snow? Hopefully not for you, Mr. Claus, as you sail across the night sky. There's nothing much to report as you glide into the United Kingdom with temperatures at 0 degrees and a slight chance of ice. You'll want all the mince pies you can get to stock up on for your journey, as it will only get colder. A quick hop over the channel to Norway, where temperatures will plummet to -7 and an orange alert for avalanches will be in place. That's not the only thing to watch out for, as it's believed that spirits of the night may be about looking for brooms to ride on. As you're passing by Sweden, don't be alarmed if you see a giant goat on fire at Garvel's Castle Square. Apparently burning things down has become quite a tradition for the locals. Things will start to warm back up as you head across Russia and Asia. I would recommend catching a quick midnight snack in the Philippines. Their main event, the Giant Lantern Festival, was Saturday, but I'm sure there'll still be lots to see. Failing that, why not just pop over to the Cavalcade of Lights in Toronto? You'll want to bring your umbrella though, as it may start to rain as you cross Canada. As you head over America, you may hit patches of drizzle and fog, so don't forget to give Rudolph's nose a polish before you set off. And bring your thermos for Iceland, as it will be -11 degrees, and watch out for the Yule lads. We don't want you getting your sleigh clamped again this year. That's all for your pre-flight weather briefing, Mr. Claus. We'll have your mulled wine and a nice warm bed ready for you when you return. This is Elfie McElface signing off from Claus Headquarters Mission Control.
Well, over the last year at Quays News, we've had a handful of errors and mistakes, myself being included in quite a few of those.
Let's take a look at some of the best outtakes of this year made by Luke Luther.
October, we start.
Our reporter Charlie Hitchkin spoke to the grant manager about the impact the fund has been having on the local community. Sorry, a technical issue there. We've got the weather next.
This is a joint report from Tim O'Callaghan and Joe Wilmore. Now, there's a small technical issue, so we don't have the package, I'm afraid.
Natasha Pears has more details.
Now, due to a technical issue, we don't have that package, I'm afraid.
We will be joined live by Arthur Fife Stoker, co-host of the New York Politics Digest. New York, I meant York.
Natasha Pius has more details.
Oh, I've made so many mistakes this time.
Alright, well, what events have we got coming up?
Who contracted motor neuron disease. Here is Dan Cox to tell us more. We're going to see it now. Apologies for these technical difficulties. We are going to move on.
What? I've not got a camera on me.
You told me.
I've not got a camera.
That's all we have for sports. Last up for you on the show is Finley Cullivers with a couple of songs for us. Over to you, Finley.
What? I've not got a camera on me.
You told me.
I've not got a camera.
On
Try and
Finwell's
squeeze in what you can about Ireland.
All right, well, while we've been waiting to settle Finley.
Anyways, as we wait for the camera to turn around. We are there.
Oh, we are live. Hold on.
Perfect.
2 seconds, we're just sorting ourselves out.
No, I can't hear anything, but that's fine. We are here.
I will be able to hear
We're
in
going to
2
talk about
seconds.
sport. That's
There we
fine.
go.
We don't
All
need
right.
that earplugs. We are sound.
Hold on, we got it.
Joe.
We swore.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
do you know
we'll
what?
start
This
off.
is not it. Not going to use it.
Nah,
Never mind.
right,
Let's
okay,
go.
so-
Okay, perfect.
Right.
TUV, W, X, Y, and Z. I'm just gonna keep talking. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. Do 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 do. La 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 la.
God is dead and maternity has failed us.
Go.
Ah! Ah!
In German. German.
Hello! It's...
Oh my God.
Wow.
They were some of the best. Oh, I'm glad I've got a camera on me now. Oh, it's this
no
one.
No bloopers, guys, no bloopers.
Oh, it's this one.
So we have been sent in a few photos from Manchester's Christmas markets.
Everyone seems to be enjoying it. No, honestly, it was so fun. Everyone seems to be enjoying the Christmas markets. I seem to have some very good images there. Oh, this is going to be part of... Oh, let's see what we can see here at the Christmas markets.
Oh, that is astoundingly beautiful.
Nice festive food there. Getting me a bit hungry now. I could well go for a bacon sandwich, honestly.
Yorkshire pudding wraps are apparently
give me
a
Yorkshire
thing, mulled
pudding wrap.
wine, Christmas punch.
How do I know this is going to go straight on the blooper reel? Honestly.
Oh, it so is.
So is. Anyway, it's been a very, very entertaining Keys special, to say the least. It's goodbye from me, Charlie Mulholland.
And goodbye from me, Kate Whitaker. But don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Keys News.
Merry Christmas. Have a good one.
Merry Christmas.